Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for clicking on the Wednesday Afternoon Weather Webcast for May 7th, 2014. I'm meteorologist Nate Harrington. More of the same, more hot, more dry weather for us in the Wiregrass, but we've seen something today that we haven't seen here recently, and that's clouds. Now, we haven't seen a lot of them, but we've seen some. Most of our cloud cover now coming from the south as some more moisture moves in from the back of a sea breeze, pretty steady out of the south this afternoon. We'll take a look at wind speeds in a second. But we also have some clouds moving in from the west, some high thin cirrus clouds in the upper levels, and those will continue to spray from west to east across the area this afternoon. Temperatures right now, the warm spots, the normal warm spots, Donaldsonville, Andalusia, both checking in the upper 80s, 88 and 89 respectively. But I think everybody, actual air temperatures hanging out in the middle 80s, 85 Enterprise, Geneva, Bonifay, Mariana, 84 in Ozark and in Dothan, 87 Abbeville, and 83 right now in Troy. And down near the beaches, close to 80 degrees. The dew points have also been on the rise the last 24 hours. Yesterday, they were in the lower 50s. Today, they're in the upper 50s and some low 60s. So the moisture has definitely increased on the back of this southerly wind. You see all the wind barbs, those arrows, from wind blowing from the south. Pretty steady, 5, 10, 15 miles per hour in some spots. So that's the reason why the moisture has increased over the Wiregrass today. And there you can see the cloud cover in the upper levels moving from west to east. And you can also see the lower level cloud cover, the little white puffy cumulus clouds. Watch the beaches, and you can see those clouds moving in from south to north across the Gulf Coast and Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And that's what we've got right now. We don't have a lot, but we do have a few areas of clouds. Still, the weather seems to be predominantly driven by the upper portion of the country, the lower 48's weather, that is. Still the trough that we're dealing with, and this is the jet stream, so all the storms basically following that pattern, and a big ridge of high pressure right over the southeast U.S. That means more warmth for us. More snow for Montana and Wyoming, but more thunderstorms for Michigan, Wisconsin today, and some strong thunderstorms in the southern portion of Minnesota, and some rainfall down in Texas. That's some good news. It'll cool them off just a little bit. They've been hot for the first couple of days this week, and they probably still are today. However, a big change in our forecast coming. So we've been telling you about the chances for rain this Mother's Day weekend, and this is the storm system, this big area of low pressure right here that was going to be responsible for it. But watch what happens, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on here. Kind of flattening out the lines. This is geopotential heights, and every time these lines kind of flatten out like this, the atmosphere loses its punch. We still have a big area of high pressure in the eastern part of the country. Once again, that means hot, and watch temperatures soar along the mid-Atlantic states and parts of the Northeast for Thursday and Friday. I think they've got a good chance to see temperatures back in the 80s out there after they've seen some cooler numbers this week. But that storm system, more importantly, looks like it's starting to flatten out. I'm not saying we're not going to see any rain for the weekend. We still could. However, the chances are getting a lot slimmer now, so that's good news. The futurecast will show some fog off to our west and to our east. I think we stand a pretty good chance to see fog tomorrow morning. And then a futurecast picking up on some little green splotches. It registers as rain. However, it's just more increased moisture in the atmosphere, and that will lead to a few more clouds and the sticky feeling we'll get for the afternoon as highs once again soar. And we'll see that in the future temperatures, low 60s for tomorrow morning, and then right back into the lower 80s by noontime. By 2 o'clock, we're hovering in the upper 80s in some spots, and I think 90 degrees will not be out of the question once again for a few local hometowns Thursday and maybe on Friday, but I think we'll see a few more clouds Friday to obscure that sunshine, so not as hot to end the work week. Thanks for clicking on the Afternoon Weather Webcast. If you have any questions or comments or concerns for it, and again, this is more of a nuts and bolts type first look at the forecast. This is not to replace what we do on TV. I want to show you the 5-day there tonight on News 4 at 5, 6, and 10. And of course, WRGX News at 5:30 and the CW Primetime News at 9. And if we see some rain this Mother's Day weekend, it's not going to be a whole lot. So do not get too wrapped up in the details of the forecast when you see that later tonight. It looks like that chance of rain really is going to be decreasing, especially for Mother's Day itself, Sunday. Those rain chances really going down. That's it for the weather webcast. Easy for me to say for Wednesday. We'll see you back here on Thursday. Take care.